In this video, I will describe how I went about setting myself up to play darts online using the DartConnect application with a two-camera split-screen approach. You don't need two cameras to play online. In fact, you can play without a camera, but I decided I wanted two cameras, and this is how I set it up. But let me start with a disclaimer. I am far from being an expert on this topic. There might be other simpler ways of doing this, but this is just what worked for me. I ordered two webcams and two wall mounts from Amazon. Here's what I chose. I went for cheapness over features. The total amount came to around $90. I've included links in the description. However, I advise you shop around as you might find better bargains. I mounted the cameras on a wall about halfway between my board and the tow line, with one camera pointing at the board and one towards where the player stands. The cameras both connect to a laptop via a USB cable. Now comes the tricky part. I want to combine the images from the two cameras into a single split screen, and I'll do this using OBS, which can be downloaded free from obsproject.com. I'm using the Windows version, but versions for other operating systems are also available. Once the download file is transferred, open it and install OBS following the prompts. Once complete, you will find a shortcut to OBS on your desktop. Open OBS. The black screen is called the Scene window, and it is here that we will combine the feeds from the two cameras into a single image. And we will do that by setting up a scene. In the bottom left-hand corner, OBS has provided us with a blank scene to get us started. Let's begin by renaming that scene. Right mouse click on the blue bar with the word scene in it, or press F2, and then type in the new name. Let's call it Online Darts. Next, the two camera feeds must be added to the scene. To create a new source, click the plus sign in the sources area. Select Video Capture Device and give the source a name. I will start with the camera pointing at the board. Click OK and the Video Source Property window opens. The camera currently showing is not the one I want, so I use the drop-down selection list to find the device I want. As an aside, I'm not sure why this device name is Cybertrack, because the camera is a DepsTech. I do have a Cybertrack webcam, but it's on a different computer, so I find this strange. However, it doesn't appear to affect anything, so let's just proceed. I accept the device by clicking OK, and now the webcam feed shows in the scene window. You'll note a shaded area to the right of the window. The webcam image is bigger than the window. I can scale it by dragging one of the nodes on the red outline. Now I'll repeat the process to create a source using the camera pointing at the player. With that set up, I can't see the board because the player feed is on top of it. But I can fix this by cropping the player window. While holding down the Alt key, I drag the side node to crop to about 1/3 of the width of the screen. At this point, it's helpful to get a friend to stand at the tow line while you're doing this so that you can center the player in the window. Next, I want to zoom in on the dartboard. I do this by resizing the image and dragging it to center the board into the right 2/3 of the window. Once I'm happy with the way it all looks, I click the padlock icon on each of the sources to lock them and prevent any accidental changes. Now that we have the two camera streams combined, we'll use OBS's virtual camera to output the split screen. Click the cogwheel icon in the controls section and change the virtual camera's output type to Scene, and make sure that Online Darts is the output selection. Finish by clicking Start Virtual Camera in the Controls section, and you can now minimize OBS. To play online, you will need a premium membership account with DartConnect. This costs around $24 a year. Log on to your account and open the DartConnect scoring app at app.dartconnect.com. Then click on the green Play Online button. Normally I would select the middle option, Video Connect Only, because I run the scoring app on a tablet that hangs near my dartboard. However, for the purpose of this demonstration, I will choose the bottom option to load both the scoring app and Video Connect onto this screen. If you see this media permissions message, there's a minor problem that you need to address before you can proceed. Click the icon to the left of the URL to view permissions for the DartConnect app. Make sure that both camera and audio are set to allow. Now you must open your browser settings. I'm using Microsoft Edge, so I'll click the ellipsis in the top right-hand corner. You might be using a different browser, in which case you'll have to figure this step out for yourself. In Settings, select Cookies and Site Permissions. Locate Camera and click to open its Site Permissions window. Set the camera to OBS Virtual Camera. Now I'm not sure if this next step is necessary, but I did it and everything worked for me, so I suggest you do it too. Simply toggle the Ask Before Accessing option off and then back on. Return to the Video Connect window. The media permissions message should disappear. If it does not disappear after a few seconds, close everything down and repeat the process to return to this screen. Before committing to play online, it is advisable to test your setup. Do so by clicking the Test My Device button. If you don't see a moving green bar, try selecting a different microphone until you find the one that works. Click the I can see a moving green bar button when you have a working audio stream. Make sure OBS Virtual Camera is selected. You should see the OBS camera feed that you turned on earlier in this process. And that's it. You are now ready to connect and play online. Click Open DartConnect here to open the scoring app, or alternatively, if you want to run the scoring app on an iPad, a tablet, or even your phone, choose the other option. Click the green Play Online option, then click the Host a Match option. Either select one of the preset match configurations or use the Custom Match menu to create your own variation. I'll select the Best of 9 501 option. You'll notice two things on this screen. DartConnect provides an online connect code. This code must be sent to the person you want to play against. There's an option to email it, but it's probably quicker just to text it to them. You can also see that you've created a match, and you are now waiting for your opponent to join the match using the connect code. Select Continue to return to the scorepad and wait for your opponent. Once your opponent joins the match, their video feed will appear in the area on the right of your screen, and your video feed, i.e. what your opponent will see, appears as a small screen within screen in the corner of the window. Once your opponent receives the connect code, they follow a similar process, but select the Join a Match option. They enter the code you provided and click Continue to join the match. There are a couple of other options which I'll briefly describe. If you already play in an online league, you can find your league or leagues in the private lobby. If you want to play some random person somewhere in the world, select the Global Match lobby. And that is as far as I intend to go with this video. I'm still fairly new to this, so there are probably lots of things that I have yet to discover. As I said in my disclaimer at the beginning, this is just a story of how I got things to work for me. I hope it proves useful to you. Shoot well.